I found this very cool combo in Slay the Spire when you play as Watcher. First of all, I got the Deva Form upgraded, which at the start of my turn, I can gain more energy, and this gain is going to be increased by 1 every turn, which makes it super overpowered because we can just keep gaining more and more energy in subsequent turns. However, we do need to get this card early on, otherwise it's not going to work, right? Moreover, I was lucky enough to get the Mystery Room, which gives me 5 Apparition in exchange for my HP. As you can see, I only have like 42 HP right now, but it's so worth it because this can reduce all the damage to 1, and all you gotta do is to add like a basic block to get no damage this turn. So remember the Deva Form Plus that we got? When that card is combined with Fasting upgraded, this can give us 4 strength and 4 dexterity, but the cost of this is that you will gain 1 less energy at the start of each turn. So without the Deva Form, we would be stuck at only 2 energies. However, with the Deva Form, this is basically negligible because next turn we will just gain back the energy that we are supposed to lose next turn. So that means we can basically use this card without any cost, and all we have to do is to pay 2 energy to get 4 strength and 4 dexterity, which increases our attack by 4 and defense by 4. Isn't that so overpowered? Another thing I find quite overpowered is the pressure points, because this can actually go through the defense. So if they have like 20 block or something, you can just ignore that and just damage their HP directly. The problem with this is that I don't have too many of these cards, and I don't even know when's the next time I'm gonna draw a second pressure point. Okay, so the next combination is Foresight and Nirvana. So Foresight can let us check the top 3 cards of the draw pile and discard any of them at the beginning of each turn. And so if you use 2 of them, then you can just check 6 cards. And if you use 3, then you can check 9 cards, so on and so forth. Because I was using Deva Form, right? I have so much energy right now, so I can use all the cards in my hand basically. Now when this is combined with Nirvana, which gives us 3 blocks every time we square. In my case, I already played 2 Foresight, so automatically at every turn I will just gain 6 blocks. And that is already excluding the squares I will be doing using my other cards. The next super overpowered card is the Alpha, Beta, and Omega. So first you will need to play Alpha, and then it will shuffle at Beta, and then when you play Beta, it will shuffle at Omega. The Omega can do 50 damage to all the opponents at the end of your turn, which is honestly very overpowered because you only have to play this 1 time. However, I don't really find it too useful for regular enemies because they don't have too much HP anyways, and because you do have to play 3 cards to get that effect. So by the time we actually get to play the Omega, the enemy is probably long dead by then. But I do find it useful for boss fights with longer HPs. It definitely helps reducing the amount of HP damage we have to deal using other cards. So another awesome card is Panache upgraded, and what's awesome is that it costs 0 energy, but every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, you can deal 14 damage to all enemies. And when you combine this with lots of cards that draws more cards, it's just so overpowered. For example, like Wheel Kick, it will just draw 2 additional cards. So cards like these that have the effect of drawing more cards. And because we have Deva Form, as the battle goes on, we will just have enough energy to play all these cards. See, I'm not even losing like a single HP from this awesome combo. I was just very lucky in that run. Until like the very last boss, Time Eater, I completely forgot that after playing 12 cards, my turn automatically ends. So yeah, what the anticlimactic ending, unfortunately.